Anyway, let's get into this one. This was Crushing Eagle versus Trill. Trill had to beat. Let's see. Trill had to beat Tare, that's right. And then he had to beat the Yuzuriha player. And then Red Blade had to go through Psychotic, where we felt like Psychotic was maybe making adjustments like a little bit too late. But was on his way there. So not so bad, but I mean Psychotic still had to go through like a lot of really good players to get to that position, right? Like he beat Klim. He had to beat Klim and Infinity, and also School Bus and he lost. He had to beat Klim. Klim had to beat School Bus and Argonrost, but Psychotic had to beat. Lost to Squish, but beat Ayo's Dave. That's what it was. Okay. Dude, I mean, like, I kind of wish, like, I hope I can find some of those matches, like, from before. Like, some of these matches are freaking insane. Klim versus Infinity, Klim versus School Bus, Scrot versus Infinity, Riker versus Burger Time, Riker versus Red Blade. These matches are fucking crazy. All right. Anyway, expected from the biggest UNIST tournament to date, right? It's pretty sick. Anyway, this hat's pissing me off. All right, let's get into this one. So, thing to note, I guess, is what I was trying to say is that Trill's coming off a win. Because he just came from beating Tare, and then Crushing Eagle is coming off a loss, losing to Squish. He's losing to Squish. All right. Ooh. I'm a professional, I swear. All right. So he's doing the classic. He's trying to keep her away. You need to talk about the matchup for a second. Like, you know, Chaos obviously wants to approach on his own terms. But the thing is that Wagner really makes that difficult. Because once she gets shield like that, she really basically, she just wants to shield bash in. Huh, that was interesting. So basically you want to keep her from snowballing too much. You kind of want to keep the pressure up with Ozzy. All right. Mashing that chain shift and block stun to your. Remember we were talking about that yesterday? A common way to reset pressure is to mash chain shift or mash Vorpal and block stun. That way when they reverse beat or they put a big gap into their block string, then you basically reset to neutral, right? So we are now in a neutral situation again. Then they go back up. They try to fight for grid a little bit. Maybe do it a little bit too early, but then Crushing Eagle gets it. So after this sequence, yeah, they both go to concentrate. And they both go to concentrate, and then for some reason Crushing Eagle gives it up. Maybe because he's recognizing that Ozzy's coming up. Yeah, it's probably because Ozzy's coming up, right? So he concentrates. Ozzy's like, all right, it's time to go do the dirty work. And then during that time, so Crushing Eagle's like, I can't concentrate anymore. I have to go in. He gets him to go in, expecting the shield bash. Trill jumps in this situation, right? And then activates Ozzy in the air, fall down. But unfortunately, he wasn't able to, what's it called? He wasn't able to take Vorpal away from him. Either way, we got the chain shift right after, right? Wait, where was it? It was right here. Chain shift. He tried to go for the run-up throw. Trill did very well to backdash and then got his rebuttal. So immediately using that information he got from the first chain shift of how Crushing Eagle wants to use it. He gets Vorpal this time. So now that he has Vorpal, this becomes increasingly difficult for Wagner because she really can't approach when she has Vorpal. When he has Vorpal. It's a very easy way for him to bait Wagner into coming in. You can see the strength of Vorpal, right? Like, look what happens. What's the difference between having Vorpal and not having Vorpal? All right, sniped Ozzy. Oh! That was so sick. So we go through this whole moment, right? This whole time where he has Vorpal. He gets Vorpal right here. At this moment, Crushing Eagle can no longer approach. Any one of these situations can be chain shift. Right? So he chain shifts. Crushing Eagle is now looking for his moment. Now probably being patient at this moment because he knows he's going to get Vorpal. So not a bad idea. Gets Vorpal. Gets tagged by Ozzy when he's trying to go in twice in a row. Good reads from Trill, and he goes for the super in order to pick up. He closes the distance so he can pressure with Ozzy. Then this chain shift. This chain shift is one of the things I think lost Crushing Eagle this round, is because this chain shift was largely a panic chain shift. So mashing chain shift and block stun, but you didn't really have to worry about too much because Ozzy's right here and Chaos hasn't run up just yet. If Chaos was running up, maybe I would start mashing chain shift, but not before that. And so I feel like he could have saved this chain shift because he would have had it right here. He probably would have canceled unsummoned Ozzy anyway. He would have been in this situation right here with chain shift, and then he would have been able to shield bash and to get in. I think that's what Trill expected, which is why he sent out the push, because he maybe expected shield bash into 2-2C, into Flame Pillar, which would have been plus, and then given him installs. And then good read. So, good stuff. First round textbook from Trill. Tag Ozzy, gets himself some room. There you go, gets the throw. And he has a 200 meter, right? So, this is something to be afraid of right now. That's why you see the veil off. Damn. That's a lot of respect for Crushing Eagle, too, though, you know? His throw gets tagged. The pressure, yeah, doesn't want to deal with the pressure, so he uses veil off. Breaks the grid as well. I kind of wish that if he did this, you know, if he did this in this situation, I wish he veiled off right here. Oh, I think he tried to. Oh, never mind. All right, so he tried to. The idea is to veil off slightly earlier, and then he would have been able to break the grid without and take Vorpal. In this situation, unfortunately, because he was a second too late, what happened was that Crushing Eagle got Vorpal and then crushed, so then he stole Vorpal away, but didn't get Vorpal himself. So there's like a little bit of a thing you can think about, right? So you can think about timings of veil off. There is activation frames. So that's mad unfortunate. But it does mean that you don't have to worry about assault, so you really only have to worry about the ground approach here. Super. He also doesn't have any meter. Nice. Gets the opening and gets Vorpal at the same time, too. This is a great situation to be in. You expect a chain shift pretty soon so he can cash out on the meter. There it is. There you go. A lot of patience from Crushing Eagle. So this was very good for him, right? I think me and Crushing Eagle read the same thing. We were like, he is this low on life or this low on meter, and we're pretty even on grid. So this can go one way or another. The safe thing to do is to cash out on this, right? Because in this situation, Crushing Eagle actually has the advantage at the moment in terms of playing with grid. Because Chaos doesn't want to attack to give him a shield. And Crushing Eagle could get out of the corner in this situation because Chaos doesn't want to attack. So what's the safe thing to do is to push chain shift, thinking that maybe he wants to get out of the corner, and then cash in on the grid. You give up Vorpal, but it is the safest thing to do, right? Or you give up the next grid cycle, but it is the safest thing to do. Crushing Eagle, I think, read the same thing and then decided to stay put. He doesn't need to cash in on Vorpal. He's got 200 meter. So he's going to get Vorpal and use that. Gets the hit. Good damage. Carries almost coast to coast. Chain shift. There you go. Wasn't able to get the combo, but he still has the pressure, right? So you have to worry about him. There you go, into the flame pillar. So when you're playing against Wagner, you have to think about that. That's one of the most important things you have to think about when you're playing against this character. When is she going to do flame pillar? Because that's the time I don't want to press a button. And after. So you just chain shift, right? So, boom. Immediately chain shift afterwards on +9. I don't like this. You expect the Wagner player to continue the pressure. You expect that, even if it's something simple. This feels like a waste. But good force function out, and then he switches it up, right? Like, that could have been something. He could have his Vorpal right now, which would be a different story. How the fuck did he get out? Oh, he shield bashed out of there. See you later. Charging star. I'm out, skis. There you go. Keeps the pressure up. Has the sword as well. So a lot of chip on deck. Throw. Oy. Late assault as well. So this is something you can do to mix up your timings right in the air. Pressure up. Goes for the reverse beat. He's recognized that a lot of people, and this is general for the meta of the game right now, is that a lot of people think about dealing with the reverse beats with chain shift. He doesn't have chain shift right now, so Crushing Eagle felt really comfortable going for that run up. Also, Trill's very patient. Gets the throw. Goes for the jump. Sorry, jump assault instead of going to just assault on its own. So, unfortunately, putting himself way high up first and then assaulting. Remember we were saying about assault before. Assaults in the air doesn't home. Assault on the ground does. So, goes over, but you can't take corner on in this game, so she stays same side. Either way, timeout situation, right? Oh, big jump in. Look at this. He goes from downtown. Tries to play off Ozzy. Crushing Eagle. Read that Crushing Eagle wanted to jump out. Good stuff. Read the unsummon, which is sort of like reading the reverse beats, right? You want to read when he wants to unsummon, and then you get your timing to push. If you are reacting too late, then maybe you won't be able to take pressure away from him. But that was a good reaction from Eagle, and just keeps a simple combo. This might have been overzealous afterwards, the dash in, because that was a non charge up shield bash. So he tries to run in, tries to keep the pressure up, just runs into a 5B. Yeah, patience from Crushing Eagle. He's got the Vorpal. He has absolutely no meter with it, so just decides to go use it to keep the pressure. A lot of patience. Oh, he tries to find his way in. Maybe should have waited a second longer, because look when he starts to take the risk. In this situation, we don't have a lot of grid left to worry about, right? He could have waited like a second longer, and then he would have been able to chain shift this. And he would also blocked the fireballs from Ozzy. He still got Vorpal, though, so, I mean, lucky. So, not the worst. A lot of respect from Trill on the chain shift. Veil off. He steals it away. Trill wants to maul right now. Pressure up. Oh. Tech. Goes for the mix-up immediately. He has the Vorpal. Uses it. He's got a lot of meter. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I guess the throw. Good stuff. So this was a lot of There's a lot of little decisions here from Trill that made this work out, right? So one of the decisions right here is that he's constantly using meter and chain shift in order to pressure Wagner and keep her in the corner. This is largely because Trill doesn't want to be run in on, right? I mean, that makes a lot of sense. Wagner's very forward-moving character, so he wants to just pressure you all the time. He has meter to 2-2C. As soon as he finds the moment, he's going to want to. So, keeping the pressure up. Reversal. I think we talked about that a second ago, that situation. Takes Vorpal still, so that's a big moment for him, right? Mashing on the chain shift and then gets him some room, but Trill takes back the momentum by doing the veil off, and I think this was the biggest point of this round specifically. The veil off takes away, breaks the grid. He has no meter to just safely shield bass into people. He has no installs. This is a bad look for Crushing Eagle right now. He uses the super. He got grid at the last second too. So remember what we were saying last week, blocking while your grid is broken makes you recover your grid faster. So he's pretty content on doing this. So blocked it all out, but he won this Vorpal cycle. And look at all the chain, or look at all the grid meter he has. So he has two decisions to make. He can either cash in on it, or he can try to use this to the best of his ability to leverage another Vorpal cycle. Pressure up, uses the chain shift in order to keep the pressure. This was his decision. Gets about 73 on it too. There you go. And he hasn't been able to really respond. He doesn't have anything that's not completely risky. There you go, chain shift. Yeah, and then Fox was right. You can just pretty much block this out as long as he doesn't have... You didn't... Yeah, so if you block while your grid broken, it recovers faster. That's pretty sick, right? So you can put yourself in a bad situation and get your grid faster, but obviously, you know, that comes with its risk reward.
20 seconds left on the clock, and
there you go. Gets the throw. Good stuff. I think maybe a little bit too much patience from Crushing Eagle. You're really sort of a character that wants to get in and stay in. So, but Trill's playing very well. Also, I hope you're doing well, Automatic. Hope you're having a good Monday, man. So this moment, Crushing Eagle's really looking for his moment, right? He's looking for that down back. He's doing a couple of shields as well. Just blocking. Looking for his moment. Because what he wants to do is he wants to get Vorpal first. All right, sweet. We got Vorpal. Even found the hit, too, so double bonus. Boom. Charge up C. And this is the mix-up when you do something like charge up Assault Charge C. You have to sort of respond in time on what they're going to do, right? So because what you can do is you can Assault, and then at the timing that you charge C, you can fake it so that it full charges but doesn't activate, and then you land and go low. Or you full charge, and then you hit it almost on the last second of the frame. This takes a lot of practice to learn the best timing on when you should charge C to either fake and go low or keep the high. But it is worth doing for certain characters. Wagner comes to mind. Hyde, it's important as well because Hyde only has one other overhead with full charge force function. Wagner only has her only other big overhead threat is jump A chain shift, and that's not consistent, obviously. So this is something else that you can do with that. It's gonna hurt. Goes for actually no, it doesn't hurt, but he just goes for the charge. And as long as he doesn't have Vorpal, he's gonna keeping this pressure up. And this was really impressive sequence from Trill, actually. Let's go back a couple of it. So after this, he goes for the install, right? Keeps the pressure up here. As soon as he sees the shield, he throws. So why does he do that? Well, it's because he wants to keep this Vorpal sequence. He knows that as long as he keeps his Vorpal sequence, his reverse beating is going to be very safe. Because a lot of the meta during this tournament was that people were change shifting, mashing change shift and block stun to react to reverse beats and then reset neutral. So the reverse beats wouldn't be a mix up; it would more just be a neutral set with the reverse beat. So gets to throw again once he sees the shield again. Shield? No, thank you. I'm keeping my grid. To throw again. Shield uses it this time for the mix-up. He's keeping the pressure up. Throw again. We've seen a weakness in the armor. Textbook stuff from Crushing Eagle. More like clinical stuff. First DP we've seen from him in this set, too. Look at all the blocking. Reversal first. Moves forward, trying to find the hit off the DP. But all the blocking, the patience. We got Vorpal. Let's go in, baby. Oh, man, he cashes it immediately. I don't know if I agree with that. He still has 200 meter, though, right? So he has any button safe into 2-2C. Nice tech. That's a good tech from Trill, recognizing what the situation's going to be in the corner. And you see, oh man, double overhead. So he's still, oh, that was so sick. Oh, all right. So Crushing Eagle this entire time has been down backing, trying to wait for his time with Vorpal, right? He's got Vorpal. What do you expect from a guy, from a Wagner player that has Vorpal? It's time to go in, right? So he tries to go in. At the minimum, you would have seen a 2-2C in this situation on block, right? Which would probably been the optimal situation because he would have kept the Vorpal. And he would have been able to keep the pressure up and get both installs as well. So, you know, all things considered, that would have been a good idea. Great read from Trill. As soon as he sees the Vorpal, we got the jump back. Fall down with the jump C to punish. And that way you're not able to cancel on block. If he recognized that, if he recognized that he was going to jump back, he would have spent the chain shift and then punished it while he was in the air. But he was committed to doing 2-2C out of the block. And that's why you didn't get hit. That's why you didn't see him deal with that situation properly. Good damage. Oh, broke the grid. Not a good look. With Veil off too, he uses it largely because he wants to get his grid back. So remember, when you Veil off and your grid's broken, you gain your grid back. If it hits the opponent, then it'll break their grid. Great read from Crushing Eagle. Stands just outside of range and gets the punish. Veil off of his own. Pressure. Yes. There you go. Nice tech. Look at... Oh, buddy, the meter. Good God. Look at this shield. Look at all this shielding that he has to do. Shields, shields, shields. And as soon as he gets out of Veil off, man, what are the odds? Veil off almost over for him. He mashes chain shift and block stun in order to get the neutralize the rebeat pressure or the reverse beat pressure. So reverse beat the 5A, mashing chain shift. Tries to find his own pressure here, and now that he's getting the meter, now he's at advantage, but DP, not a bad risk, considering 5 seconds left, 6, 7 seconds left. So by the time he fell and you got a full combo, I don't know if he would have been able to kill anyway. Max damage in best situations probably would have been about 4K in that situation with Chaos. So read on the DP was basically a checkmate. Good stuff. Good stuff from Crushing Eagle. Great adjustment from him. Ooh, look at this. Reads the jump, the assault forward, jump back full charge C, pick it up with dash C too, and takes him to the corner. Decides to, instead of going for an install in that situation, goes for the pressure. And I think that's largely because he is moving forward, so he's gaining grid still. Good force function. That was impressive. So this is largely why you don't want to shield bash just randomly versus him, because he has force function, which is a very easy 2 button input, and then he's able to get out of bad situations like that. But also as well is that you don't have anything to cancel it into. You didn't have a chain shift. You didn't have 2-2C with meter. So it's pretty rough. Good stuff from Trill, though. He punishes accordingly. Look at this reset, or look at this pressure reset. It's the hit. Call Ozzy, pressure back up once again. Very nice. Now that he has Vorpal as well. Chain shift. Cashes it out at the last second because he's realizing he's not going to win this Vorpal cycle, right? Especially after, was it after that last shield? No, after that tech, sorry. After that tech, so he steals Vorpal at the last second. He decides, I'm not going to win this sequence. I'm just going to cash in on this Vorpal, and then gets the meter for it. Now he has 100 meter to keep pressure up. Chain shifts, immediate jump A. Doesn't get the full combo. Was catching him standing, so you would have been able to. Pressure up. A little bit too far. Chain shift. You try to chain shift just to sort of reset his situation, right? I don't know what's going on. It's kind of a tense moment here. How does he win Vorpal? Because he was down right now. Oh, no. What's it called? Just forward moving and then no shielding from Trill. Or Crushing Eagle. Maybe didn't recognize his position. In neutral, so he just chain shift, just sort of trying to negate this like down back staring contest. And then Crushing Eagle took the risk. It worked out, but definitely a risk. Backdash away from Ozzy. Ooh, tried to concentration war here because of how close it was to grid. He thought maybe I'll get it before the time he lands on the ground. But then Ozzy comes to save the day, puts her in block stun, and Trill is able to take Vorpal. Big win for him. What did get hit? Yeah, I don't know what got hit either. I'd have to think maybe his he's maybe starting to, once he start to approach, he has meter for 2-2C. Fireball saved the day. He tries to push away. Crushing Eagle recognizes his positioning, though, with Ozzy so far away. There you go. There you go. Crushing Eagle smells blood. Ozzy's so far away. I have meter and Vorpal. It's time to put on the hurt. 2-2C. So, one thing to note is that the combo that he did when you have both installs and you go into pillar, what you do is that you do a bit of damage, you tack onto the end, but now watch his health. If you install 2-2C, if you double install, when you have already both have both installs, you put a dot on the opponent. You put a damage over time tick on them, similar to poison. So watch his health drain so slightly, although he's not getting hit. Yeah, or as Fox said, more appropriate a burn status. So he ate a bit of damage that way. And since he had extra meter, Crushing Eagle was like, this is not a bad thing to do. But
Oh my god, he didn't get the guard crush at least.
after the throw, he gets put in this situation. He down backs. He plays pretty patiently, maybe looking for a guard thrust. He has 200 meter, right? And he's in a bad situation. Not a bad idea. Maybe thinking about a super. That's not a bad idea as well. One way or another, it didn't happen. Finally able to resummon Ozzy here.
I guess he thought that was gonna cross up. That's the only reason I see him getting hit other than
Gets out of the corner. Diego chain shift. Tries to deal with Ozzy. Trill doesn't press a button.
the force function motion.
Thinking that maybe he was going to off with the defensive Ozzy behind him.
Still running it back.
But Trill's running this back.
Oh, I thought
Scott Vorpal too. Veil off. That was such a panic veil off.
not.
And the hugest problem with this is like I don't think that would have been the worst thing at final round.
Cleaning that match and also looked like Crushing Eagle.
Or not final round. I don't think that would have been the hugest problem in a better situation. But in this situation, we've recognized twice that Trill has read the wake up option.
A lot more clean in that match, and it also looked like Crushing Eagle was just like, all right, I have my groove set, maybe he'll respect me. And Trill's just like,
So
nah.
I believe we're 2-1 for Trill. Who's Jamaican now?
Gets kind of hit. He just casually jumped over to the other side and got a cross up.
I mean, Crushing Eagle is definitely committed to this game plan.
Early game, a lot of defense. Big tech hit. Look at this tech. Look at the change in grid here.
Eagle is definitely committed to this game
Boom. If that doesn't convince you to get good at throw breaking, I don't know what does. Because it basically, this last second, wins him the cycle. Oh, and he gets the break as well. This is a terrible situation.
Run her pressure.
Oh, my God. Chain shift. He has all the meter now, too. He cashed in because he wants to keep the pressure up. And he has 2-2-C at the worst. Gets Vorpal once again. No shielding from Trill.
Now has Vorpal uses it.
There it is.
throw. Trill
That was a safe shields right there. That was very smart.
Has Vorpal uses it.
Uses Vorpal again. He's keeping the throw pressure up.
like despite cashing out on two Seattle.
Oi, the walk back. The walk back. 2-2-2. This is a very common thing you'll see a lot of Wagner players do. Is they'll do 2 AAA, get in this specific range, and then I don't know what that move is for Wagner, but for Hyde it's 6B, so I'm going to assume it's something like that for her too.
Well, that trade almost worked in Crushing Eagle's favor to end the round, but he still gets his pressure.
Oh, Ozzy saved the day last second. He's got a pixel.
Still has to block that assault jump either wrong.
Doesn't have to worry about it too much. The DP out.
Hit by assault jump and then just immediately DP.
Yeah, he probably got hit because he was in the deep motion.
Ooh, gets hit by
Oh.
Raw.
Yeah, gets hit by the push raw. So, just push full screen.
Crushing Eagle once again.
Trill's trying to not give him too much to block.
Stuff. He will get grid if
Nice break. Look at the break. It's
trying to defend all this stuff.
you're kind of at a tug of war here, and then he goes for the steal, right? With the throw, he tries to steal it. Crushing Eagle, great response, recognizing where the grid is, what the throw would do. No, thank you, and takes the Vorp roll away. Trill, however, finds the hit afterwards.
He's gonna get a knock.
Still got 200 meter though.
Has to worry about Crushing Eagle's CS use.
CS, shield bash.
Trill is just like, I don't want to do anything here.
Still gets a lot of meter, right? Gets Vorpal once again.
Trill is just like,
That big shields.
I'm done with that.
This shield right here, basically, is what did it. One shield.
Also, loses Vorpal again.
Oh my God, he's trying to chase him down. He picked it up. Oh my God.
All right. 2-8.
Damn, that was a crazy response from Trill. Just press buttons.
All right. Pet's there. Has to worry about being pushed back.
Vorpal got for Trill.
Has Vorpal as well.
So we're just waiting back. Crushing Eagle is just waiting for his moment.
Could have cleared Ozzy, but he was worried about getting hit by 60 on the way over.
Chain shifts. I don't know how I feel about this chain shift.
Oh god, this is keep away game right now from Trill.
Yeah. He actually could have cleared.
I don't know how I feel about this chain shift. I feel like he could have won another sequence, and he already has enough meter. It's not like he would have
Over.
given up that situation. I don't like that chain shift.
20
Gets tagged. Oi.
Actually not so good for Trill now.
This is not good at all. He has meter. Nice tech. Oh, that shield. That shield. So he goes for this throw, right? And he goes for it a little bit earlier, not only to try to find some sort of hit on him, but also that he would be able to win grid for sure in this situation, right? Great tech. He's going to steal grid back right now, right? What does Trill do? He's trying to keep this Wagner out. Button. Shields. Saves the day at the last second. Good Lord Almighty. Crushing Eagle might have saved this game for himself right now. Chain shift. Boom. Not necessarily, but the chain shift definitely helped him recognize what situation he was in. Helped him get the hit confirm. For sure. And I will say as much as that if he did take Vorpal away, then he would have at least... Or if Trill took Vorpal, at least felt a little bit more comfortable. Ooh, Crushing Eagle finds the first hit. That's not what you want to happen. Shield. A lot of shielding on the side of Trill. Was able to give Vorpal first for that reason. Wow, just push him away. He's being aggressive because he has grid, but he just got broke. Oh, no. Didn't expect the double overhead from charge C. Jump charge C, double overhead. Didn't expect it. Not a good look because he's going to lose this cycle first off. Chain shift. There you go. Time to start the pressure. Maybe thought he was going to get the meter for this with the shield bash. Oh! Oh, no. Are you kidding me? Oh. My heart weeps for you, dude. The world is too cruel. The world is too cruel. Oh, my God. The world is too cruel. That's the only thing I have to say about that. The world is too cruel. No. My heart aches. My heart aches for this man right now. Oh. Oh, God.
He was able to CS TP there, but I just think for whatever reason, Crushing Eagle does not seem to want to just get that like defensive CS. I think he wants to use it, a neutral, get in, force his turn or something.
Right.
He does have Vorpal.
Right. He doesn't want to have to deal with the pet mid-screen just chomping away at him as he reappears. Oh, there's the Vorpal.
Nice.
Wait.
Throw.
That did so much. All right.
And here comes the veil off. Overhead. Oh, wow.
Nope. It's a sandblock. Oh,
Nice.
all right.
So,
Gonna get a knockdown?
Get in, force his turn.
going back to this right now. He's keeping the pressure up. He's got meter, so a lot of respect from Crushing Eagle right now. He's just doing a lot of defense. The Vorpal in the air, very good time to use. Sorry, Vorpal, Veil Off. The Veil Off in the air, very good time to use it because he can't block. So Veil Off, he has all this meter to work with. He's going to run at his ass. Throw. Didn't expect it. You have all these advantages, and you go for a throw. Didn't expect it.
All right.
And here comes the veil off. Overhead. Oh, wow.
Nope. The sandblock. Oh, the stagger 2A. All right.
Stagger 2A, finds the hit. Veil Off out. I kind of wish he 2-2C'd in this situation. Like, get the hit, 2-2C, and then you would have gotten both installs instead of getting the combo. And, you know, you would have dropped some damage. Yeah. But you would have gotten both installs.
No throw. All right. Trill has to make
I mean, he's got one. Oh, the Veil Off to return. He needs to get out of the corner. I don't blame him. Cross up.
hit this combo. Whew, thank God.
Into IW.
I mean, this is pretty cool.
This is pretty cool.
See this.
Ozzy's a good boy. All right. So Trill on match point here.
Oh, runs into the 6C, gets the full combo.
See there. Oh no. There's a sandwich. Ozzy walks back out.
Yeah, Ozzy walks back out because he's content with trying to take the corner pressure. Gets the throw once again.
Jump back. Yeah,
He's got Vorpal, though.
or
Chain shift. There it is. Tries to look for something cheeky there. I think he might have missed the input.
oh, he was in the air.
Oh, my God. He got Vorpal, too. So runs in, gets hit, so unable to do anything afterwards. He's going to steal Vorpal the last second. Despite being down in this situation on health and pretty even on meter, you'd say that because of Vorpal, Trill or Crushing Eagle's probably at advantage in this situation.
Oh, shield dash? No confirm.
Wow, the wasted CS from Crushing Eagle and some good shields from Trill make this pretty even here.
Oh,
but
sorry.
big hit.
My goodness. Ozzy off screen.
Wow, the wasted.
Oh,
Wow.
Oh, he was in the air thanks to his 5 BB. Oh,
Yeah, so he gets a hit with the chain shift. He doesn't get the full combo. That kind of sucks. But, no, that really sucks now because now Trill has the advantage, right?
Even here, but
Oh, he gets tagged by the fireball at the last second. Yeah, that's not good.
off screen. Being the best boy.
Oh, man, he missed the combo. And then, oh, my God, that was the same exact veil off as last time, right?
shielded that V.
And then messed it up again. That sucks.
I feel like that also might have just been wake up DP. He just wanted to shield too.
Yeah.
It's like whatever.
Same exact veil off kind of bites him in the butt. So 2 rounds in a row, Crushing Eagle lost to a pretty poor veil off.
Loses bracket.
That's unfortunate. But good set.